This is the Recycling, Scrap Metal, Commodities, and Economic Report, July 29, 2024. U.S. weekly raw steel production rose to 1.74 million tons, up 3% from last year, but down 2.3% year-to-date on slow U.S. manufacturing. WTI crude oil price fell to $77.16 a barrel, near a 6-week low. This was on weak Chinese demand and on ceasefire talks in the Middle East. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 13.3 million barrels per day, the all-time high in American history. U.S. production is 51% higher than Saudi Arabia, and the U.S. remains the number 2 oil exporter in the world, while Saudi Arabia remains number 1. The U.S. weekly oil rig count rose to 482, but still low on great productivity per well, and the need by the oil companies to keep supplies tight. Too much production lowers prices and profits, which is bad for them. Scrap steel number 1 HMS price was steady at $305 a gross ton, with some upward price pressure for July. Hot rolled coil steel price rose slightly to $32.39 a hundredweight, which is $6.48 a ton on slow and steady demand. Copper price fell to $4.11 a pound, a 4-month low on concerns over slow Chinese demand. Aluminum price fell to $1.04 a pound, which is $22.89 a metric ton on concerns over the same slow Chinese demand and the highest Chinese aluminum production since 2014. U.S. July S&P Global Manufacturing PMI fell to 49.5, with under 50 being contraction. New orders, production, and inventories all fell, but business sentiment rose from a 19-month low. U.S. U of M consumer sentiment was revised higher to 66.4. Expectations were revised higher, but are still low. U.S. June core PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation measure, was steady at 2.6% over last year, which is still above the 2% target. U.S. June sales of new single-family homes fell to 617,000 annualized, the rate of the 1960s. They're low due to higher prices and higher interest rates. U.S. Q2 GDP economic growth rose to 2.8%, which was above forecast. This was on faster consumer spending, but also on higher imports and lower exports. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 301 points to 40,589, near the all-time high. Slowing inflation will bring lower interest rates, which helps the economy and the stock market. Roll-off trailers, the 2-container by Ben Lee, is our fastest growth selling product. It's the safest, highest uptime, and fastest operation unit in the industry. Call Ben Lee at 734-722-8100 for a quote. Here's a big Ben Lee trailer fan, Jackson Pershkal, a driver for Cox Trucking. A big thanks for the commitment. This report by Greg Brown is brought to you by Ben Lee Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Crush Car Trailers, Lugger Trucks, Roll-Off Trailer Parts, and of course Roll-Off Truck Parts for Galbraith, Galfab, American Dragon, and more. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe